had a lot of breakups, but I also found it really hard to break up with two people.
In the studio, we have your beautiful wife, Esther, and your beautiful son, Ethan. Ethan, how old are you?
I'm 19. I forgot my age.
What's the age gap between you guys?
15 years.
You guys met for the first time when Ethan, you would have been how old, do you know?
I was only 3 years old at the time. I don't remember how we met, actually. Like
Probably
what
through
I did.
your mum.
Yeah, I mean, obviously that. I remember vaguely the first time meeting Dad's family. I don't remember the first time meeting Dad, though.
Were you nervous at that point because you knew that you were serious with Esther?
Oh, I was incredibly nervous about meeting Ethan. I was so head over heels for Esther that I knew as well, I could tell just by her talking about Ethan what a great mum she was. And I knew that if he didn't like me, that was going to be the end of it. But I also respected that, and that's what I loved so much about her, is that I knew deep down that there was never going to be anything that would get between her and Ethan. So I was very aware that that was really important for me to have a great relationship with him if I was ever to have anything with her at the same time.
What do you think of your relationship with him now?
I think it's great. You know, like when I was going through my more formative years of like early teenageness, I was a pain. I know I was a pain in hindsight. At the time, I thought I was being perfectly reasonable. You know, wanting to sneak out with my friends late at night. But, you know, now I don't want to do that. And I think that's because Dad taught me how to be more responsible and kind of put me on a good way.
Do you remember the first time he looked after you by himself? Because he remembers it quite clearly.
I remember choking on a coin. I don't remember much else.
Esther had a work thing on, and for the first time, I said, just leave him with me. I said, he'll be fine.
Were you scared as anything?
Of course I was. I went out and I remember I bought everything to buy spaghetti bolognese, so I didn't want to like do the buy pizza and stuff. He was upstairs in my room. I was in a 2-bedroom unit, and I was like, are you all right? No answer. And I ran upstairs, and there had been like a little pile of coins on a table in my room, and he had the 50-cent coin in his mouth, and he was choking on it. And so I had to put my hand down to get it out. He vomited all the way down my arm. And you know what he said to me when I got it out? Please don't tell my mum. And I said, I absolutely won't.
Character building.
Yeah. I don't think I would be who I am today. I don't think I'd be in this job. I don't think I would have the success. I don't think I would have anything that I have if I hadn't have met Esther.
I don't think we'd be together if it wasn't for Ethan.
Same thing. I 100% agree with you. We used to fight a lot. We had a lot of breakups.
Yeah.
And I always say to everyone, the hardest thing I found through all of those breakups was I obviously really loved Esther, but I also found it really hard to break up with two people. And it always really hurt me when we would have periods of time where we weren't together, because I would obviously miss Esther, but then I always felt like I was missing out on him. I always felt this sense that I had let him down at the same time.
Because you were his father and you
Yeah.
didn't feel like you deserved it.
And that was really hard because I
Do you
felt.
remember any of those times?
No. He was always there.
Thank you for coming in. I'll see you in a couple of hours back at home.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
See you there.
All right.
Stab Abby and Matt on B105.